So you haven't prioritized learning how to light. This video is for you. Lighting is one of the most important factors to making a stunning visual, but it is often the most neglected by beginner filmmakers. I've always been someone that shoots primarily outside using natural lighting, but it's cold outside. Now that I live in New York and I'm settled down, I really want to just level up on my filmmaking, and I feel like lighting is so important for visuals. I'm very much a beginner at lighting, but this year one of my New Year's resolution is to get better at it. I feel like allotting specific time out of your week to learn a new skill is really important, so hence the 2-day challenge. So I'm setting aside dedicated time to grow my skills on a sort of 48-hour challenge, spending a whole weekend just focusing on learning how to light. I want to share with you why you should do the same and how you can grow when you're just a solo filmmaker on a budget. First, let's start with research and finding references. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna spend tonight just researching. Literally just doing what I do best, which is going on YouTube, watching a bunch of videos. I watch a lot of content and I'm constantly learning stuff online, but I feel like it's really easy to forget that stuff, you know, especially with short form content these days. So what I'm actually gonna do is treat this as if it was like school and literally take out my composition book and I'm just gonna take notes and also pull some references. I kind of know the basics of lighting, but I feel like I haven't really practiced it. I practice shooting outside all the time, but that is completely different. I'm shooting inside. Let's do this together. Okay, you can watch hundreds of videos, but you're not actually ever going to be able to retain that information if you don't practice it. It's the same with any other aspect of filmmaking. You can watch videos on how to edit in Premiere Pro, but if you don't actually do it yourself, you're never gonna actually know how to do it. So tomorrow we'll practice these lighting techniques. Just woke up. It is snowing the most I've ever seen. There's no way I can stay inside. I need to step outside. This is insane. Insane. It's snowing so much. You see how this would be pretty easy to just shoot outside? It's completely overcast, there's no sun. The lighting is pretty evenly spread out, which is very different from using artificial lighting. It's easy to shoot what's comfortable. I'm used to working with natural light, but it's important to push yourself to try new things because that's the way to grow. So I'm playing around with these lights I got from iFootage Gear. I set up the softbox, which has double diffusion on it, seeing what both high and low-key lighting looks like, and soft and hard light. Now here I am trying to set up a nice talking head shot. Okay, this is what it looks like with the light bouncing off the wall onto me. My brain process for this is to add some interesting things in the background just to add more light in the image, practical lights, and then I added my main light with a softbox. It's pretty close to me so that it's pretty soft on my face. Okay, I decided to move on the other end of my room just to give this more contrast. The lights are way further back from me. There's so much you can do with lighting, and although it may seem tedious when you're solo filmmaking, it's cool to put lights in different locations and see what it does to your shot. Okay, let me just talk about the lights real quick. I got sent this by iFootage. We're using the SL1 200 BNA Lights. It's really accurate in depicting real natural light. So for example, I have a light set on me this way. It's a really small but powerful light. It's less than 4 pounds. It's very easy to carry, and also it can fit on pretty cheap standard light stands. I feel like I can also take it outside if I wanted to. What I also love about this light is that you could dial it up and down pretty easily. You can dial it by 0.1 increments, but you could also just press and dial from 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 intensities. And same with the color temperature, you can dial it between 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. For people who are solo filmmakers and also just on a budget, this is a very good option because it's pretty affordable and it's light, and it also has an app. You can control the lighting. So for example, I can make the intensity on this stronger or darker. This is very much necessary because, you know, you don't want to keep going back and forth adjusting the intensities of the light, especially when you're just doing it all on your own. It also comes with 10 different lighting effects, so we have fireworks going off right now. Okay, so one of the most important things that I learned about lighting is that you need to figure out what you want to convey in the scene. What is the character feeling? What is the emotions being displayed? And that will guide how you light the scene. And with a trend like the cinematic look, I feel like it's like based on a lot of contrast in the image. So a lot of different points of like light and dark. And you also always want to shoot on the shadow side if you want to have that dramatic cinematic effect. Another way I'm trying to achieve the cinematic look is by having top lighting, so the lighting is coming from above me and creating these like shadows on the side of my face. That way there's still like some more contrast in the image. The key to selling lighting is that you should really be using just what is naturally in the scene, so like a window or a lamp in the frame, using that to guide where to put your artificial lighting. It will just look a lot more natural and less like, why is that light there?
The more you use a skill, the more you recognize it being used in films and in real life. You start to see things differently from a filmmaker's perspective.
This whole roof is like covered in snow right now. It's so pretty. The sun is setting to my left and we're shooting from this angle to make that contrast. We can also use the sun as a backlight for the contrast. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it is so important to dedicate time to practice new skills, practice leveling up the skills that you have. I started this channel as like a tutorial channel and really I didn't know much. Every time I made a new video, I pretty much was learning the new effect while teaching you guys. Occasionally I did know a lot of the things, but a lot of the times I would just see a effect and try to recreate it, and then I would post the video that day. I really learned so much though just from prioritizing every day to learn a new effect. I feel like nowadays we still have to do that. Even when we think we know so much, there's always going to be so much more to learn. It's important that you prioritize learning and growing. Keep filming things even if it's not going anywhere, even if it's complete trash. And with that, good luck to you guys who are trying to learn a new skill, trying to learn lighting. I do still have a lot to work on with my filmmaking, but in 2024, I just feel like this is the year to level up. I think I've just been at the same place for the last year, at least, not growing in my cinematography. I feel like I've always been growing in my editing aspect. So this year, we're focusing on creating beautiful visuals. More videos to come this year. I really am excited to get back into YouTube. I feel like this is the time. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.